Okay, good morning, folks. I think we are live. All right. Well, wherever you are today, welcome. This is the Charge Life podcast. I am Joseph Barletta, and this is where we discuss EVs and all things EV charging. So glad you could pull over and park with us today. Let's get started. All right. So today's episode is basically all about Smart Charge America. Yeah, it's kind of cool. We get to talk about ourselves a little bit, we get to brag a little bit, but all things considered, we will talk a little bit about some of the stuff that we've seen go on in the industry, in 2023. So we really are super stoked on that. And it's been a roller coaster, needless to say. So we'll get more into it. But, before we begin, today's episode is brought to you by Smart Charge America. Of course, we're going to talk about a little bit about ourselves here. But since 2007, Smart Charge America has installed tens of thousands of EV charging stations nationwide, and they can do the same for you today. So whether it's in the home, commercial, or service, let their team of expert installation specialists guide you to the best solution for your new EV. After all, if you can't charge, you can't drive. Visit smartchargeamerica.com today to get started. Okay, so what do we know? Well, I'll tell you right now that all things considered, if you look at where we are and where we've been with regards to our year, it's been a bit rocky, a little bit, so not terribly too bad, but it has been rocky at times. And so one of the things that we found out this year was the kind of it was just weird how it all kind of basically handled. But going in, to the fourth quarter of 2022, the IRA, the new Inflation Reduction Act, was released with regards to the $7,500 tax credit extension for the next 8 years, 10 years. It was great. It put a lot of publicity and incentives out there for people to actually purchase EVs, but it was in the form of a tax credit. So that is not a realized venture. That's something that you have to have the tax liability for, but then also, it's something that's realized 18 months, 12 months down the road when you actually do your taxes. And so it was a little bit harder for people to swallow, especially those that actually needed the break to be able to purchase these cars. And so remember, the vehicle buyers that we know, they're payment buyers, right? So they're not, that's literally all they do. They're worried about that. What's the monthly payment that they're gonna have? So that $7,500, if it was to be thrown in at the point of sale, like it just is now, come January 1st, 2024, it would have been a little bit better to kind of compress that monthly payment and make it a little bit more affordable for people to get into EVs, but any car in general, really. So that's, when we saw the IRA come in, we were like, hey, we're gonna be super stoked. We're gonna have an amazing year in 2023. This is gonna be awesome. We're gonna blow 22 out of the water. But in March of 2022, we started seeing these interest rates start to climb a little bit. And of course, we started feeling once it hit like that 3-4%, we started really seeing the effects. And that happened, of course, in kind of around the third, fourth quarter of 2022. So we started seeing a slight dip in the number of installations that we were doing for our customers, and revenues coming in that fourth quarter of 2022. So we were like, oof, I don't know. Hopefully IRA can stabilize throughout the entire year 2023 and rock and roll, but it did not. And so unfortunately, we did see a little bit of slowdown in the marketplace, a little hesitation. The good thing is, like, where we finished 2022 basically at the same exact rate at which we finished 2023. But I will tell you right now that when things get hard, when things get kind of thrown out of whack and you get punched in the face by uncontrollable sources that are beyond your control, like, you get creative, you get real crafty, you get real innovative, and you start thinking outside the box on how you can implement systems inside your process to allow you to do more with less. And that's essentially what we did. And so, one of the things we wanted to do was basically just kind of give our audience members the ability to see visually exactly what it is, these installations that we're doing, both in the home, commercial, and the service side, what it looks like. What does it look like when our guys are out there? So forth and so on. So we set up our galleries, our photo galleries for on our website, so our customers can actually see. These are big things. You would think that these things you would have done years ago, but no. I mean, look, we finally have the ability to do that. So we got really creative. We wanted to implement that, so we put those galleries up there, and it's really helped our sales team when we're talking to customers have that connection, that visual connection there. Now we are looking into, of course, in 2024, getting a little bit more involved with a couple more videos, not necessarily like this, but a couple more maybe videos, like on-site videos showing how, like maybe time-lapse videos showing how these installations happen from start to finish. And therefore, by not only allowing the customer to see visually from photos, but now they can actually watch real-time installations as they happen, and they can actually kind of get the sense of how this thing is going to happen prior to. We're hoping that really helps them and kind of gives us the edge with our competition to get as many installs in the ground as possible. So that's one thing. We did start accepting deposits from our commercial clients in 2023. As the market gets a little tighter, a little constrictive, running a EV charging station installation company is a very capital intense endeavor. And so because of that, we had to get pretty creative on our end with regards to, I guess, like how we handle those cash flows. And so there's two things that we really helped out by us doing this, but unfortunately, because of the way that cash flows work, we implemented it on January 1st, 2023, but we really didn't see the positives actually kick in until like September of 2023. So it took like 9 months for us to see it. But one of the things that happens when you're in the commercial realm and you're doing these large projects is that every customer has their unique kind of accounts payable process, and some of them have like vendor compliance stuff you have to go through. They want to make sure your insurance is right and all that stuff, and they don't deal with that internally. They outsource that to a third-party company. So if you're looking at, look, we had 200 commercial customers in 2023. Each one of those, let's say, has a different compliance company, different rules and stuff like that they have. It's a nightmare just to be able to pull money from your customers once they actually approve. And so what we did was we implemented this deposit thing to where, hey, look, it's a $50,000, between the charging station and the installation, it's a $50,000 project. Okay. Well, we're gonna do 50% upfront. Okay. Once you sign, you pay us 50% upfront. That allows us to navigate through all of the compliance and the vendor and the payables stuff with the accounting system on their end. Once everything's approved, boom, they send us that 50% deposit. Now, once we receive that 50% deposit, we coordinate with the customers. We get our project management team involved. Boom, we're out there. We're putting these things in the ground as fast as humanly possible. And then, of course, once that's in, then they're able to pay us the remaining 50% upon completion. So what that does is that 50% initial deposit, it not only helps accelerate our ability to process invoices through the customer's accounting and compliance department, accounting, payables, and compliance departments, but it also allows us to, once we're done with the project, collect the remaining balance faster because we've already gone through that step. So what happens a lot in the commercial realm is we'll get signature from a customer. It'll be $100,000 project. And we'll say, okay, we'll start now without requiring any deposits. We'll just start now and we'll finish this stuff. And then once we're done, now we have to go through the accounts payable, the accounting, the insurance, the compliance stuff. That stuff, once the project is done, it takes months sometimes to actually get through. And you've already provided a service. There's no urgency on their end to help you. So it extends that time frame. And we were looking at collections, somewhere around 90 to 120 days. And so by this one thing, this one implementation of deposits from customers, it's not only helped us better protect cash flows on our end, so we're not completely out of pocket for all of the expense and then waiting 120 days after we finish the project to actually receive the money. We're getting that money up front. We're actually able to really pay down our vendors and pay all of the stuff as much as we can, accelerate that process. So it's just like a win-win-win situation for us. And so from like here on out, like we're only doing customer deposits. It's just, it's standard in the industry, but once you're small, you kind of have to be a differentiator out there. Like, well, they require deposits. We don't require deposits. Go with us. That's fine. But when you hit a different tranche when it comes to your revenues and the volume of projects that you're doing, you're going to have to make sure that you're navigating these pretty closely. And so it was just that right timing where we had to, actually, implement that deposit requirement. So we were super stoked. Now we're sitting really nice. Our competition is feeling it. We've had a couple electrical contractors reach out to us, that want to, they want us to buy them, and we're like, no, we're not buying it. Like we're completely content right now. But all things considered, that's where we're at now. So we also had a really, really exciting year where we moved into our new headquarters. Let me see if I can, if there's a possibility on these live streams. I got to figure out if I can share, stuff with you guys. Participants, modern. Nope, can't do that. Let's see here. Learn more. Nope, don't do that. I've seen YouTube people, like they typically share, like, it's like their information there, and then they have some other type of software layer that comes in and allows them to show you the pictures. I could show you the pictures that I'm talking about. But overall, I think in June of 2023, we moved into our new headquarters, basically double the size, office space and warehouse space. It allows us to be able to have more space to be able to do stuff, organize, better track, better inventory management, better, all things considered. Just it's a bigger space for our team members. They really enjoyed it. We actually put 8 charging stations, which are our SCA 40s, our 8 charging stations, owner operated charging stations out front. It's a pretty big endeavor. Lots of money spent on that, but it was of course in the make ready stage of us getting kind of the office layout, carpet, doors, all of that good stuff going. But we made it. And so June 1st, we all moved in. We had a really good celebration. Everyone loves the new office. Definitely a lot less condensed in our previous office, and it's in a better space. It's a few miles up the road from our previous destination, but we're still in Austin. We're just in a much larger space, much more room for us to scale and grow. And so we're really happy to be here for the next 5 years. And then, of course, we did release our Cash for Clunkers program, which I thought was pretty unique, kind of like they used to do with the older cars, where you used to trade in your cars for cash, I guess. We put a program out there where if you're currently if you have your uh, if you currently have old charging stations and they're inoperable, give us a call. We'll come out. We'll give you cash. We'll literally pay for the install. Like we'll come out. We'll install uninstall your chargers and install our chargers for completely free. Now, of course, you have to pay for our chargers. We're going to give you a really good deal. And of course, the more chargers you have inside that program, the better. But our chargers, you don't have to pay for networking fees, ongoing, plans and stuff like that. And it's basically our chargers. What we do is we steal your cell phone signal from you, and we use your cell phone signal to actually communicate to our network, and that helps us. Like basically, with a majority of the commercial charging stations out there, your cell phone has a SIM card and it's communicating with the network, but the charging station also has a SIM card inside of it that's communication with the network. And that's just double redundancy. It doesn't need to be there, but unfortunately the user of that experience and the station owner of that charging station, they're paying for all of that. And so it's like, why would they pay for that when they have one in their phone already? So our charging stations really are unique on that end because they're robust, and they take that they basically take that decentralized network connectivity, the whole equation out, and it basically builds in a lot more. Basically, you would say artificial uptime. You never have to worry about these stations failing; they're just going to work. And so, everyone that comes to our chargers up front, they absolutely love them. But the free installation for the Cash for Clunkers programs is pretty unique. We've had a couple of customers inquire about it, especially when it comes to the fractured and the segmented nature of these commercial EV chargers. A lot of business owners, sometimes they just get so frustrated. They don't want anything to do with them. Like, I'm tired of them. I don't want them. Well, great. Give us a call. We'll come out. We'll uninstall them. We'll install some new ones for your clients at no cost to you. You don't have to worry about anything. And we'll kind of go from there. So we did introduce that program. Really, really unique. We did love that. As far as our Express program, we did release our Express program. This program for us was very unique. Again, remember we talked about once things get a little tighter in the macro and in your business, you start getting really creative, really crafty, and really innovative. This was something that we've planned on doing for a while now, but we just didn't figure out. We were trying to figure out what was the best use or application for our customer, our end user, to be able to use this express install feature. So express install feature is really unique to where you can go on our website, you can fill out our form, you can upload photos of your garage. Basically, you can do it all on your mobile phone. Literally, it takes you like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. You just fill out a quick form, tell us your contact information, tell us the EV you purchased, tell us a little bit about your home, and then right then and there, you can literally take pictures of your garage. It's actually pretty cool. Your electric panel, your garage, so forth and so on. And once you've done that, if you met certain criteria, you're automatically transferred to a screen that allows you to actually tell us, hey, look, your electric panel is located here in your garage. You want your charging station here in your garage. It shoots you out a price. It gives you the ability to schedule a date and time, and then it allows you to pay. And then when we receive your order, we just show up and actually it's all done. Like, we're trying to take the friction out of this entire process of I guess the normalized process on what it takes to have an electrician come to your house. They look at your stuff. They're like, okay, we'll get back to you. Then they send you a bid, and then you're back and forth. And then, okay, great, come out this end. And then they come out. It's like we're trying to flip that up on its head and rip it inside out and just kind of destroy that entire model in itself. And so that Express program, it allows us to be able to have that. We are one of the only ones right now that we know of in the industry that have that. And we're refining it. We're getting Express 2.0. We're really trying our best to make sure that hopefully like every customer that comes to us has that. So instead of just meeting certain criteria, every customer has it. But of course, every customer is different. Every customer's home's different. Every customer's electrical system layout is different. And so we're trying to shave off some of the standard electrical jobs. That way we can have our estimating team energy, time, effort, and resources focus on the ones that are more custom and that actually need our ability to look for, kind of look a little closer in depth on those particular installs. So that's one of the things we did. We also, for the first time, I know you guys are going to hate this, but for the first time, we actually started selling charging stations online via fulfillment, via retail. So as it was over the past, 15 years, okay, we told you the price of our charging stations online. We told you that we had them available, but you can only purchase them through us if we did the install. That was kind of the deal, right? We did have a couple drop ships on commercial where if we had some commercial charging stations, you can come in, no problem. But you'd have to talk to our sales team. We'd coach you up and we'd see exactly what all else you would need with regards to like complementary things like concrete management kits and power management kits and signs and stuff like that we otherwise didn't have on the website. And so after speaking to it, our sales team really did a fantastic job of getting in front of the customers and making sure that they got exactly what they needed. And so like 100% of the time, exactly, like once we contact the customer and they're for sure like, this is all I need. It's like, no. Have you thought about this, and this? And that kind of guided professional approach to them really helped, our sales team develop relationships that are actually long-term relationships with a lot of our commercial customers. So, but for the first time, we opened up our fulfillment section of the company to where you can actually come on, you can actually visit our website and you can actually purchase charging stations, select charging stations, but you can actually purchase select charging stations from our website. And so we activated that feature. We started receiving fulfillment orders, and not only for residential chargers but for also commercial chargers, which is huge. We're probably one of the only vendors in town, maybe even across the nation, that's able to sell you a commercial charging station just without even talking to you. Boom, you go to our website. We've done it so many times. We know exactly what the customer is looking for. We've prepackaged and bundled things to make it easy as possible for them. And so that's really it. We received a few orders on the commercial side, but we're really looking forward to seeing what 2024 holds for us as the kind of the word gets out and people actually start seeing, oh, okay, this is really cool. I can just go, I don't have to talk to anybody. I can just go and boom. So what we've seen is a number of like electrical contractors, GCs, they've just gone on our website and just purchased, boom, they're done. They receive their charging stations and they can move on with their stuff. They know exactly what they need. We have it all written for them, and they don't even reach out to us. They just put the order in and boom. It's really cool. It's fascinating to see. Another thing we did introduce in December of 2023, remember we talked about, getting crafty and getting innovative, is our residential customer referral program. So this is unique to the point where we wanted to start reaching out and really rewarding our customers for being small little micro ambassadors for us. We had a program previously where if you were a customer and you told your uncle or your cousin and they came to us and said, hey, look, Jim, you installed his charging station. He referred me to you. I want to get on y'all's books and stuff like that. I'm like, that's great. Awesome. Okay. Well, put inside your comments that Jim referred you. We'll look Jim up and we'll make sure he's a customer. Okay, perfect. Jim's a customer. He referred you. Okay. Now we're going to give you 15% off of the electrical, installation portion of your installation. So that really helped. But what we've realized over time is that like Jim's not getting anything. Like the customer is, because Jim referred him. And so Jim did a good deed. Good job, Jim. But Jim didn't get anything. And so now we wanted to introduce a program, much like the Tesla referral program, where we're giving you a link. You send that link out to your family, friends, and all that stuff as you're promoting us. And those people would just go to that link and they would fill out the form and boom, they would do the install, and everything's automatically tracked inside of our system to the point where as soon as that installation closes, well, you're going to receive, of course, the person that Jim referred to, they're going to receive their benefit and also get included into the referral program, and they're going to receive their link. But Jim also gets a credit for the referral, and you can build on those credits. And ultimately, if you can build on those credits and you can send us 1,000 customers, we'll buy you a Model Y, a Tesla Model Y. And so some really cool gifts on that particular program with regards to, we'll if you build up enough, we'll get you an electric bike, we'll get you a Powerwall, electric goat cart, or electric golf cart, electric lawnmower, some one wheel. So basically, some electric power tools from Milwaukee. What is it? A Jackery, a power battery bank, some iPhone portable, battery chargers. We try to look at like what things in the marketplace that we see are kind of hot in demand for that are also around sustainability and battery technology, so forth and so on. Just kind of aligns with our sustainability goals. So I think our customers really appreciated that. We've sent out, I think it was like 10,000 customers we had, and we had like 4 people unsubscribe. So it's like, all right, that's a pretty good, I don't know about you guys, when it comes to marketing, we had some really good opening rates. I think people were really excited to see this program being released. And hopefully because that was released in December, hopefully we can see some of that actually, start to happening, and we start rewarding those people that have become brand ambassadors for us over the years, and that will hopefully continue to do so in the future years to come. So super stoked on that end. We did talk about our outlook, where we plan on going in 2024. Smart Charge America is currently in 30 cities across the U.S., and these are 30 of the top EV-friendly cities across the U.S. We plan on being in an additional 20. So we do plan on being in the top 50 EV-friendly cities by the end of this year. It's a very aggressive goal pursuit-wise, but we have 2 of our best personnel on the forefront of this, and managing our team members and managing our contractor base is going to be wildly important for us to be able to deliver the same excellent quality service and support for our customers as we do in those top 30. Well, we're going to be able to do that in top 50. If we're able to do that in top 50, well, we're able to actually serve more customers as a result. And for us, that's it. Our goal is to serve, 40,000 customers by 2030. That's basically where we want to be. That's what we're gearing up for. And we know that the more cities we're in, the more customers we actually have the ability to reach out and serve. And so that's ultimately what we wanted to do on that end. As far as we did hire a 30-year master electrician who's coming in as our operations director. Really super stoked to have him on board. He's going to really help as Smart Charge America moves and tranches up to doing larger projects, and being, kind of leaner and meaner as a result. We're really hoping that his expertise will help come in and, allow us to be able to do more projects, more volume, and mitigate a little bit of the risk and liability and exposure that comes with those. And then, of course, we also have we've had our owner operated network, happen for a while. We do have some really exciting news to announce, hopefully in this quarter of 2024, with one of our partners, probably one of the larger, if not the larger, I would say, electric vehicle charging station network company in the world. We have a really good deal with them, to where this really gives us the ability to serve more commercial customers as opposed to residential customers. So with our referral program on the residential side, and with this, our own occupied network stuff happening on the commercial side, we're just hoping to serve many more customers out there as humanly possible. So, but that's it. Look, we wanted to thank everyone for, especially our listeners and subscribers, for your time today. I hope this episode's brought a little bit more value, kind of a day-to-day, maybe a summary of like kind of what it is that we do out there, and what we're looking forward to, of course, in 2024. I know we're all better for it. Look, I love you guys. There's no way I could do this without you. So definitely appreciate you joining us today. Go ahead and click the thumbs up icon if you can. Share, comment, subscribe to our channel if you think we earned it. And look, thanks again for charging up with us. If you keep us in mind, you can always find us at smartchargeamerica.com. And remember, folks, if you can't charge, you can't drive. We'll see you next time. Cheers.